Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to this week's edition of International Wrestling. Again this week, the insidious Sheik Ali teams up with Mr. Perpetual Emotion, Richard the Magnificent Charland, to form one of the most devastating tag team combinations in the world. California Blonde, Pretty Boy Sims, debuts here on International Wrestling this week. Sadistic, stunning, strong, mean, and malevolent as always, spreads his own incredible destruction and devastation, as does Hercules Ayala, the Puerto Rican strongman, here again this week with International Wrestling. Charisma and popularity combined in the form of the tag team combination of Zenk and Kroffat. The action awaits you. Stay with us. Tag team action featuring none other than the insidious Sheik Ali, combining forces under the tutelage of manager Pretty Boy Floyd Creechman with Mr. Perpetual Emotion himself, Richard the Magnificent Charland. They're combined against an interesting combination. Ron Hutchinson has been around the wrestling scene for a number of years. His tag team partner, Calboro, makes his first appearance in front of my eyes, at least. Looks to be a well-muscled individual. He's outside the ring. That is Ron Hutchinson. Starting off inside that squared circle against the insidious one, Sheik Ali. You just saw Charland exit the ring to the apron, over the top rope. This is a young man, well-muscled, well-conditioned, always in great shape, and a very young ring veteran of 10 years. Well, Ron Hutchinson tried to get aggressive. Oh, look at that knee lift by Sheik Ali, lifting Hutchinson up, putting him smack dab down to the canvas, grabbing him by the hair. And look at that drop kick, wrestling fans. I'll tell you something, if there is a man in the world of professional wrestling who throws a better and more devastating standing drop kick than this man, Sheik Ali, I certainly would like to know who in fact that would be. And there was the tag, Richard the Magnificent Charland inside that squared circle, stopping Ron Hutchinson on the back of the head, now yelling for him to get up off the canvas. Hutchinson really didn't do it on his own, and there, Charland taking Hutchinson to the corner and forcing his forehead against the boot of Sheik Ali, and we just saw, as the referee's back was turned, Sheik Ali up and down, springing Ron Hutchinson off that top rope, utilizing the top rope as a clothesline. Hutchinson has taken great punishment, and look at the strength displayed by the magnificent one, Richard Charland, as he lifted Hutchinson up, suplex style, and then slammed him down on his chest and stomach. Dick Charland looking awfully pleased with himself as a result of the punishment that he is dishing out to Ron Hutchinson. A good body slam, a good strong slam, putting Hutchinson to the canvas. Didn't just drop, folks. You saw he drove him to the canvas. Double leg drop, one by Sheik Ali, one by Charland. Ron Hutchinson, welcome to the world of international wrestling. Having taken tremendous punishment from first Sheik Ali, then Richard the Magnificent Charland, and now Sheik Ali again. Look at the height as Sheik Ali lifted Ron Hutchinson up, almost straight armed him up in the air and dropped him, springing him across that top rope, clothesline fashion, and then to the canvas. And now, whipping Ron Hutchinson. Oh, good quick move by Hutchinson. Over top, looking for the sunset flip. Didn't have Sheik Ali in nearly a weakened enough state. Was unable, of course, to pin him, but did get over and tag off with his partner, Calboro, who makes his very first appearance here with International Wrestling, and taking punishment. There, Sheik Ali's got him in the air. What is he? Oh, what a big high suplex. I thought for a moment that Sheik Ali was going to drop him down, spring him off that top rope, and utilize that as additional leverage when he took him over in the suplex, but thought better of it, moved back out into the center of the ring, and did drop him down. The tag has been made. The magnificent one, Richard Charland, in there. Oh, devastating double chop by Charland, putting the opponent Harry Calboro into the opposition corner, and there we see the results of experience. Look at that. Charland kept the referee busy. Ron Hutchinson came charging in. The referee is totally distracted. And Harry Calboro was hung up in that corner, being choked by the insidious, and it's obvious every time out why we refer to him that way, Sheik Ali, who was choking Calboro with that tag team rope. And there the boots being laid in by the magnificent Richard Charland to the back of the head and the neck of Harry Calboro, who must be awfully sorry at this point that he signed this match. The tag again, very quickly, this combination of Ali and Charland. I'm getting excited forgetting the names of the wrestlers, and I've known these guys for a long time. Double drop kick. These guys move like lightweights. There. Oh, good move by Sheik Ali. Drops Calboro into the canvas. The tag made, but before Hutchinson can step through the ropes on his own, Sheik Ali grabs him, pulls him into the ring, backs off the rope. There's that one-legged knee across the chin, and I'll tell you something, Ron Hutchinson, to me, appeared to be absolutely out as a result of it. Up in the air now, Charland going to pile drive Hutchinson. That's gotta be ball game over. I will be at, yes, 1, 2, 3, and what a pile driver laid on Ron Hutchinson by Mr. Perpetual Motion, Richard the Magnificent Charland. You can see the good slam in the bottom right-hand corner. One, and now the bottom left. You can see the way Hutchinson was taken up in that excellent double drop kick. There it is. Look at that pile driver. 1, 2, 3. Charland and Ali victorious. Stay with us, folks. Wrestling fans, don't touch that dial. East meets West. Japan's own Toshiaki to tangle with in his debut performance. The Beverly Hills Bombshell. Pretty Boy Sims is next. California. Let's go into the ring now for the introductions. Wrestling fans, here we go. We have now had our first look, albeit not in action, at Pretty Boy Sims, 260 pounds, from Beverly Hills, California. It's a long ways from Rodeo Drive here to International Wrestling. The golden curly locks, the sunglasses. Hey, this guy looks like he does belong on the beach in Santa Monica. We'll see whether or not his capabilities match what seems, on first glance at least, till now, to be perhaps an arrogant personality. Unquestionably, the way he raised his arms to welcome the crowd was an indication of the fact that Pretty Boy Sims does hold himself in very, very high esteem. The two of them now, Toshiaki, and we have seen just what an exciting competitor he truly can be over the last number of months, I should say. You know, Pretty Boy Sims did not look overjoyed, and again does not, as Toshiaki takes that good armbar with a twist, strides over to the ropes, steps outside. Referee Dubé calls for the break. Toshiaki, as he is generally wont to do, complies with the referee's order for the break. And now, The two of them squaring off against each other. Uh-oh, Sims, boot to the midsection, laying on the artillery now. Forearm smashes to the back of the neck. Toshiaki fighting back from the canvas, but hey, this guy Sims must be strong. He can take it, and there, look to me like a thump to the throat of Toshiaki on the part of Pretty Boy Sims. Must have been, because he's claiming that it was a forearm or elbow. And there, slamming Toshiaki to the canvas and off the ropes and down. Knee drop across the chin. There's Pretty Boy Sims. Toshiaki kicks out from underneath. Sims very quickly on him. He's going to whip him now and does a cross. Oh, good elbow. Puts Toshiaki one more time to the canvas. Sims gesturing to the crowd, seeking their support, and I somehow have a feeling that that support will not be forthcoming to this man who refers to himself as Pretty Boy Sims. Look at that. Toshiaki, schooled in the martial arts, not having great success with those punches or chops, whatever you want to refer to them. Sims, very effective though, coming back with a rake to the eye and a knee left right to the chin. Puts Toshiaki to the canvas, and referee Dubé is ours on the action. And there's Sims. Looks to me like his favorite holds are punch, kick, gouge, and rake the eyes with the laces of the boots. You know, here's a guy that comes into the ring. This kid Toshiaki can wrestle. There's no question, as he takes another boot right to the breadbasket delivered by Pretty Boy Sims. We have seen that this young man, Toshiaki, can in fact wrestle and wrestle well. He is schooled in some of the martial arts, and we have seen some tremendously unique and exciting moves. That, wrestling fans, in my opinion, about the first pure wrestling hold or move that we have seen from this man, Pretty Boy Sims. A hip toss. Otherwise, it's been punch and kick and punch. Now he's into the choking. I don't know where these characters come from. You know, wrestling is the name of the game. That means hold and counter and move. Yet, you continually get these big, tough guys who come into the ring. They learn a modicum about wrestling, and they come in there and they just run roughshod, or feel that they can and should, over the opposition, utilizing brawling tactics. There's a devastating move by Sims. Indeed, he is a strong young man. There is no question of that. But, you know, I just don't understand why they don't take a little more schooling. Maybe if they did, maybe if they learned a little bit more about the pure and scientific aspects of this great sport, they would be less likely to get into that ring looking to destroy and hurt their opposition with those brawling techniques. Sims is laying on the artillery. There's no question. He's a big, tough, strong individual. Yet, I, for one, am getting tired of the antics and actions of these rule-breaking individuals who care nothing for the rules and for the science of the sport, and who seem to be somewhat uncontrollable by the officials. There are the two of them trading boots, and look at that good quick snap suplex by Toshiaki, fighting back against his larger opponent. But Sims rolling Toshiaki over, and again, I'm fearful of the fact that a good, tough, big man perhaps has the edge over an equally, or perhaps even more proficient, smaller man as a result of weight and size. The good man, little man, has to be just that much better. Toshiaki has absorbed tremendous punishment so far during the course of this match from this man, Pretty Boy Sims. Uh-oh! Camel clutch on the part of the man from Beverly Hills, Pretty Boy Sims. Toshiaki caught in that painful hold, and yes, wrestling fans, there you see it in his debut performance here on International Wrestling. Pretty Boy Sims with the camel clutch, victorious by submission over Toshiaki from Tokyo, Japan. You have to be impressed with the strength, with the power of this newcomer, Pretty Boy Sims. We'll see how well he fares in the future, in the weeks to come. Wrestling fans, a very special interview for you now.
fans, another star-studded card Monday, October 27, right here at the Paul Sauvé Center. Two big main events. The Battle of the Strongmen. Big Joe LeDuc takes on Hercules Ayala. The newly crowned international tag team champions Sheik Ali and Richard Charland face Dan Kroffat, Tom Zenk in a lumberjack match.
Say it again.
Yes, Richard Charland Creechman. Yes, he is adopted. My father adopted. He is now my half-brother, combined with Sheik Ali. The match is signed. Paul Sauvé Arena against Dan Kroffat and Tom Zenk.
It's a lumberjack.
A lumberjack match. You know what a lumberjack match is, ladies and gentlemen? All the wrestlers are around the ring, on the outside of the ring, on the floor. And if any man, any one of the competitors should happen to fall out of the ring, the wrestlers shoot them back in. Because people say that my team ran away the last time. My team didn't run away. We had unfinished business to attend to, all right? I got Richard Charland Creechman from St. Henri. You can't get bigger, you can't get better, you can't get tougher. Combined with Sheik Ali, now they are the international tag team champions, and now it's their turn to make money, Kroffat and Zenk. Sheik, I'm going to buy you a lot of camels, Tell the people something big, Richard.
It's not a dream. It's not a dream, people. It's a fact. And now that you see that Richard Charland speaks perfectly English and French, but because he's from St. Henry, but we are the champions. Yes, sir. Me and the Sheik Ali were the champions. But this show, we proved it the last time. You saw some wrestling move that you never seen before because we worked out at it every day. Okay, Kroffat and Zenk, you lost the face. We know. But the champion, the people are come to see.
We're the people's choice, and we're going to keep it. And
Monday, October 27th, Paul Sauvé Center. Don't miss it. Lumberjack match with the new tag team champions.
Holy cow, look who's next. Arrogance personified in sadistic Steve Strong, looking to destroy all opposition wrestling fans. He is next. Already at 192 pounds. Sadistic Steve Strong scheduled to wrestle against Yvon Laverdour, but that's not Yvon Laverdour coming into the ring. You can see that I'm as incredulous as is Pretty Boy Floyd Creechman and Sadistic Steve Strong in street attire. A big man. Let me tell you, take a look at the size of this guy. He's taller than Steve Strong, who's about 6'3". He looks to be awfully strong, wearing that black mask. A definite look of consternation on the face of Sadistic Steve Strong, as well as Pretty Boy Floyd Creechman. You can see him just telling our ring announcer Albert de Prioux to have the masked man take off the mask. Well, here comes Laverdour, the man scheduled to wrestle against Sadistic Steve Strong. Strong appears to have no idea of what's going on. I don't either. It's Laverdour versus Steve Strong in this match. Yet, well, there you hear Pretty Boy Floyd Creechman saying that the masked man has no business in the ring, that the match has been signed to occur between Steve Strong and Yvon Laverdour, who is now just receiving a few words of encouragement from the masked man. It would appear that he wants to wrestle against Steve Strong. That's the feeling, the indication that I'm receiving from this man. Well, you can hear the fans. It sounds like they're saying weasel, but in fact, inasmuch as this match is taking place in Quebec, they're saying qui ça, which is who is that? Which is what Pretty Boy Floyd Creechman has said. Who is that masked man? I can tell you one thing, it ain't the Lone Ranger, because he rides a white horse and has silver bullets. But this guy is not taking off the mask. As I said, the look of consternation that we see now on a face that usually exemplifies nothing but arrogance and sadism. Steve Strong telling the masked man to get out of the ring. I don't know if Steve Strong has, let's say, a sense of foreboding, a sense of who is this man? He is exiting the ring. He's a big guy. I am going to hope that we find out very shortly. I'd like to know who this guy is. Well, let's go now to the ring for the introduction. absolutely shocked. I am incredulous. You're looking at the face of sadistic Steve Strong. A look of worry, of consternation on his face. You can see during the introduction he was still gesturing and shouting to that masked man to leave the ring area. Pretty boy Floyd Creechman seemingly unconcerned over what was happening. Strong, with a look of worry, a look of intensity, a look of bewilderment on his face throughout it all. They're talking now. Strong questioning Creechman. Who is that guy? And you know something? This is the very, very first time that I have ever seen Strong inside that ring with a look on his face that was other than arrogance, a look other than a smirk, a look of joy over hurting his opponents. That's what we are indeed used to seeing. He is still concerned. You can see it on his face. I'm wondering, frankly, if that concern is going to take itself out in his dishing out a beating to Yvon Laverdour, such as Laverdour perhaps has never experienced in his life. Or could it go the other way and adversely affect Strong's ring performance in this match? He shakes hands with Creechman. Look at that! Quickly forcing Laverdour into the corner turnbuckles, laying in those great big forearms and whipping up. Oh my goodness gracious! Laverdour down heavily as a result of that very, very vicious forearm clothesline. And look, Strong, devastating and destructive as always, but again, as he gets to his feet, instead of the smirk, the look of delight in hurting his opponent that we are so accustomed to seeing, Strong continues. He's not even looking at Laverdour. He's looking beyond the ring towards the area where he last saw that big man with the mask. Now, picking Laverdour up. Oh, it's the pile driver coming. We know how devastating this pile driver truly is. Look at that. Strong showing it now, as always, to all four sides of the ring. But fans, he is not smiling. There was no smirk, no look of delight as he dropped Laverdour down and now lays the shin across the chest of Yvon Laverdour and shows off the 24-inch biceps. Picks him up before the count of three could go in. Body slams Yvon Laverdour to the canvas and continues after everything he does to look towards the area where last he saw that big man with the mask. Plants a little kiss now on one of the 24-inch pythons from the second turnbuckle. He's being admonished by the referee, and down with that flying elbow, laying across the fallen Yvon Laverdour. And yes, the count of three has gone in. Sadistic Steve Strong, and and here comes the guy with the mask. Strong grabs him as he comes through that bottom rope, lays the punch to the midsection, and the forearm across the head. He's going to whip him, but the reversal. The masked man, lays a boot, and those are cowboy boots to the chin, the neck, the head, and there's an elbow to the back of the head. Steve Strong attacked viciously by this masked man to the delight of everyone in attendance. Oh my goodness gracious, tit for tat. Steve Strong just took a forearm clothesline like he dishes out to his opponents. The masked man laying the punches in. Hey, this guy's no shrinking violet. Look at those chops across the head. Steve Strong attacked. I don't believe it. I can't believe it. It's Dr. D. David Schultz. I can't understand. Look at Steve Strong. Look at the look of terror on the face of sadistic Steve Strong. Dr. D. David Schultz, one of the most feared, one of the most vicious men in the entire world of professional wrestling. It was Dr. D. David Schultz under that mask. Look at that look on the face of Strong. Schultz, he said, what are you doing here, Schultz? Schultz, why are you here? Wrestling fans, Steve Strong, always arrogant, always vicious. Look, he was cut by the doctor. And look at the look. Let's hear what Schultz has to say.
I've chased you a long time, boy, and I'm not going to put up with you. You ain't beat up too hard, big boy, and I remember. Come on in!
Well, wrestling fans, now we know why the doctor is here. He's just told us he's chased Strong for a long time. He laid him up, he hurt him, and now he says in his own arrogant and inimitable fashion, come on the ring, boy, let's settle it now. You know, wrestling fans, this man, Dr. D. David Schultz, renowned throughout the entire world of professional wrestling for being vicious in his own right, for being a madman of the ring. Sadistic Steve Strong, if he's been chasing you because you hurt him, you, brother, are in for plenty of trouble. Wrestling fans, what a war it could be. You're looking at him under the mask, and look at the look on the face of Strong. The masked man chasing sadistic Steve Strong for personal injustice. Dr. D. David Schultz, let's hear from him now.
Well, I'll tell you, wrestling fans, simply incredible. With me here today, the one, the only, Dr. D. David Schultz. Dr. D here at International Wrestling. It seems only one thing left for you to settle a score with one.
It seems like what I'm gonna do, Strong. I chased you for a long time, boy, the better part of a year. And I was down in Las Vegas, Nevada with two of the prettiest French women that I could wrap these mamas around. And they told me you was in Montreal, Canada area, Quebec City. I got chill bumps all over my body, Strong, because you remember it was down in Nevada, baby. It was the leg press championship of the world. I had the world's record, 1,102 pounds on these mamas here, and I went down for the parallel to the floor, and you hit me from the back, and you hurt me. You laid me up, big boy, because you were scared of me, because you know I don't talk a lot of junk, I don't talk a lot of garbage. I make love to the most beautiful women in the world. As far as I see, there's a lot of pretty women around here, and I'm gonna be here until I get a hold of you, Strong. And when I do, I'm gonna make you wish you'd never seen me. You'd never got what do you want?
I just know that the wrestling fans are happy. They're glad to see you here for a long, long time.
I'm happy to be here.
People,
and you know, if you don't like it, I can tell you what you can do. I got a license to fight, Strong, and we can be here until the straddle of the night, any night you get ready. But I'm gonna put you out of commission, boy, because it's been a long time of coming.
Well, wrestling fans, I'll tell you, if this is any indication, Dr. D. David Schultz here at International Wrestling. Steve Strong, beware.
Can't you talk a little French to him?
This is a man who's got a mission to accomplish.
I love that French language.
Les gens de Québec.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Il ne parle pas français, mais il vous souhaite la bienvenue à vous aussi. Content d'être ici à lutte internationale. Wrestling fans,
Mama's down in Las Vegas.
stay with us. Lots more action coming up.
From Steve Strong and Dr. D to Hercules Ayala, he's big, he's strong, he'll take on two men. Hercules Ayala is next. Interesting to see a handicap match. In this case, the big man from Puerto Rico, 280 pounds. Hercules Ayala in there against the tag team combination of Dan Farris and his partner Serge starting inside that squared circle. Roland forced to the corner by the big man Ayala. Whoa, a good punch right to the chin, and Roland whipped into the corner. Following very, very quickly is Hercules Ayala. Punches, kicks, good elbows to the back of the head. head and taking now Roland and driving his hit into that top corner turnbuckle. And look at that elbow again. Roland is already wobbly as Ayala nails him with a good thump right underneath the throat. And now, going to whip him again, he does. And whoa, Serge, don't you wish you'd stayed in bed? Down to the canvas and stopped by Ayala. I'm still shaky, wrestling fans, I'll tell you. What a shocker. Has to be a shocker to the entire world what we have just witnessed in seeing the ring invaded and sadistic Steve Strong attacked by one of the most vicious, one of the most wild individuals in the entire world of professional wrestling, Dr. D. David Schultz. Now, another big, tough individual in that ring, and it just seems that every guy who comes here to international wrestling is bigger, stronger, tougher, meaner than the last one. Hercules Ayala has a reputation worldwide for destruction and for devastation. Dan Farris just felt it as he was rammed into that top turnbuckle and the punch put into the top of the head. And now Farris up in the air. The big man Ayala showing us now why he is called Hercules. As look at that. He just lifts and tosses Dan Farris, who weighs in excess of 240 pounds, off his shoulders and across the ring. Takes a punch to the jaw from the big guy Ayala, and the forearm devastating in its effect. I'll tell you something. It's almost like Ayala has tagged off very quickly in and out to himself the destruction, the punishment that he has laid on to both Dan Farris and his partner who preceded him into the ring, Serge Roland. It seems that the elbow smash, a very favorite maneuver of Hercules Ayala. This guy is from Puerto Rico, as you know, but wrestling fans, he has traveled the width and breadth of the entire world and is in demand by promoters and fans alike throughout the world. Look at this, a strength move, what a suplex, hooking Farris underneath both arms, taking him up and over, and he didn't do it quickly. He had such a tremendous amount of natural strength that he just took Farris up slowly, using the kind of leverage created by his natural strength and size. Laid Farris to the canvas, came down across with a heck of an elbow drop. He could have pinned Farris there, no question in my mind. The count of 3 would have gone in had not this big, mean mother, Hercules Ayala, lifted Dan Farris off the canvas by the hair. But Farris, you know, he's no slouch. And Dan Farris over the years has laid punishment on a lot of people himself. Taking it again there. No, he tried to fight back. He's a capable, competent professional wrestler. But seems to be absolutely no match against this monster from Puerto Rico, Hercules Ayala. There, he has Farris, shoulder breaker down. Dan Farris on the canvas. He has taken, as did Serge Roland, terrible, terrible punishment. And now, there it is. It's locked on. That's a form of a sleeper. Pretty boy Farris. Maybe you shouldn't have got up this morning, because in the middle of the ring, I think, Dan Farris, you are about to go to sleep. Yes, referee Dubé has called for the bell. Dan Farris has gone bye-bye. And now, yes, he's not going to do it once. He's going to do it twice. And Serge Roland and Dan Farris are going to go to Never Never Land together at last, right here in the center of the ring, as we see another example and another reason why Hercules Ayala is feared by wrestlers around the world. Another reason why Hercules Ayala is regarded so highly in all areas of the world today, wherever professional wrestling is seen and enjoyed by countless millions. Victorious here against not just the team, but against each of his 2 opponents in this match. He put them both to sleep, and now tossing Dan Farris out of the ring is none other than the Puerto Rican strongman, 280-pound Hercules Ayala, making his mark here with International Wrestling. He's a tough one, wrestling fans, but you know something? With men like Dr. D. David Schultz in the area, maybe these big, tough, ornery guys like Hercules Ayala, as well as sadistic Steve Strong, are going to get a little bit of comeuppance, a little bit of what they dish out to their opponents. There's more action to come, folks, but now an interview.
Wrestling fans, right here, Monday, October 27, the Paul Sauvé Arena is the place to be. Tremendous wrestling action. The Battle of the Strongmen. Big Joe Leduc from Godbout, Quebec takes on the strongman from Puerto Rico, Hercules Ayala. The newly crowned international tag team champions, Richard the Magnificent Charland and Sheik Ali, take on the former champions in Tom Terrific, Tom Zenk, and Dan Kroffat. And gentlemen, you asked the International Wrestling Committee especially for this lumberjack match. Why a lumberjack, Dom?
Well, I'll tell you why a lumberjack, Albert. Because if you remember the last time at the Paul Sauvé, Richard Charland and Sheik Ali just suddenly disappeared. Things weren't going their way. So what did they do? They just left. They went back to the locker room and they got counted out. And everyone knows that the title can't change hands on a DQ. So, now we're going to have the ring lined with wrestlers. And a wrestler falls out, he's going to get thrown back in. And that's exactly what needs to be done, and that's exactly how we're going to prove ourselves to you, Sheik Ali, to Richard Charland, and that little creep Creechman, that we deserve a title shot, because that's what you've been asking for. We got to prove ourselves. Well, we'll do it. We'll prove it right here in Montreal in the lumberjack match.
Well, Dan, one thing's for sure, as I know you and your partner, this is your opportunity to prove yourself to Charland and the Sheik. You won't let this opportunity go by.
No, that's for sure. This last Paul Sauvé show, I was totally disgusted, and all the people were totally disgusted. That was championship. You guys are supposed to be the champion. Hey, we never did that. We weren't scared of nobody. And let me tell you guys now, you don't have the choice. You can't run away anymore. You have to stay in the ring. And now we're going to prove who are the real men. I tell you, we're coming, and we're going to be coming hard. We're ready.
Well, wrestling fans, Monday, October 27th, the Paul Sauvé Arena. Don't miss the action. Richard Charland and Sheik Ali take on Tom Terrific, Tom Zenk, and Dan Kroffat in a lumberjack.
They are next. Listen to the reception being accorded the combination of dangerous Dan Kroffat and Tom Terrific, Tom Zenk as they enter the ring for this upcoming tag team confrontation. Let's go down to the ring for the introductions. Tag team action coming up. Black Diamond in there. His partner, the ever-famous Rujey Prioux, tangling with what a dynamite, popular combination. Dangerous Dan Kroffat, who will start in the ring, and Tom Terrific, Tom Zenk outside the ring. I don't know. At least in recent memory, upon searching it, I cannot recall a tag team combination so very, very popular as this team of Kroffat and Zenk, particularly among the young ladies, of whom there are so many that are wrestling fans these days. Dan Kroffat, and I just can't help myself from saying, has every week in and out astounded all of us with the unique, the tremendous moves that he has shown us inside that squared circle. He's in control right now of Black Diamond inside that ring, but Black Diamond choosing to get to the ropes, probably the only way he had of breaking the hold. Kroffat, so quick, so smooth, so acrobatic in his abilities inside that ring. He's living proof that you don't have to be 270 or 80 pounds to acquit yourself well as a professional wrestler. Black Diamond, a little, well, let's say showing good intelligence in tagging off to his tag team partner, Rujey Prioux. Prioux has acquired over the last year or two tremendous experience. Well, he didn't want to go with Kroffat. Tags off again now, Black Diamond in there. Prioux acquired a lot of experience. He's wrestled and lost to just about all the top guys in the business, I'll tell you. There's the tag, Kroffat to Zenk. Black Diamond, wow, had his arm hooked as he went to slug Kroffat. But Zenk whipping him, and look at that nice leg dive takedown by Tom Terrific over quickly to grab the legs of Black Diamond, and he's got him tied up pretty good, and quickly leapfrogging over the body of Black Diamond. He's not a tall man, so Zenk didn't have to leapfrog that far. Grabbed the side headlock, squeezing pretty good in there. He got to the corner, Black Diamond did, tagged off with Rujey Prioux. Black Diamond throwing some good right hands at Prioux, coming in, dishing out the punishment to Tom Terrific, but he's not going to stand for that. Laying it back in himself and ramming the head of Rujey Prioux, who wandered to the wrong corner and had his neck sprung off the top rope by Dangerous Dan Kroffat for good measure. Prioux is whipped off the canvas on a big high backdrop by Zenk. Oh, Rujey, get your bearings right. You went to the wrong corner. Realized very quickly the error of his ways. Backed out before further damage could be done to him by Dangerous Dan Kroffat. Oh, look at that move by Tom Zenk. I think he's been going to the Dan Kroffat School of Unique Moves, frankly. Dragging Prioux over to the corner, tags off with Kroffat, whipping Prioux, who's over top, met by a Kroffat forearm clothesline. Prioux to the canvas, count of one only. Looked to me like Black Diamond was going to try and come in and interfere in the proceedings. Referee warned him out. Prioux attempting to come back. He's gaining experience, gaining confidence each and every time out. Laying the punishment into Kroffat, tagging off with his partner, Black Diamond. Well, Black Diamond on the receiving end. Look at the strength that this man, Dan Kroffat, shows us. Straight arming Black Diamond way up into the air, dropping him down, whipping him. Oh my goodness gracious, a backdrop by Dan Kroffat. He took Black Diamond up so high, Black Diamond might have got a nosebleed. There's the tag. Black Diamond whipped Kroffat down. Look at the drop kick by Tom Terrific. Kroffat, well, a little slow moving out of the way. Zenk covering, hooks the leg. Count of two. Black Diamond kicks out from underneath. Boy, he was going to go outside. Zenk grabbed him by the legs. Let go, Black Diamond. Yes, he did. You saw the way Tom Zenk lifted him up, set him down. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't gentle, but it was effective. Forearms. We're used to seeing that from sadistic Steve Strong. We saw it earlier with the forearm laid on the sadistic one by Dr. D. David Schultz. I don't know, folks. I am, as I said before, still in an absolute state of shock over the sudden and unexpected appearance here at International Wrestling of that devastating individual, Dr. D. David Schultz, from out of nowhere. And I'll tell you, Steve Strong, you looked concerned during your match when you didn't know who was under that mask. Now that you know who was under there, I can't blame you if you look even more concerned, because he is one tough hombre, Dr. D. David Schultz. There's another unique, dangerous Dan Kroffat move. Count of two only scored on Rujey Prioux, but what a beautiful fluid move as Kroffat whipped Prioux, caught him coming off the ropes, lifted him up and slammed him down. Prioux taking punishment. He's over in his own corner, preferring the hand, looking for the tag from his partner, Black Diamond. Black Diamond obviously doesn't want to come into the ring. Prioux sitting on all fours. He wants out. He wants out. Black Diamond doesn't really want to go in. Maybe we're going to see a main event here between Prioux and Black Diamond. No, finally Black Diamond tags on with Rujey Prioux into the ring against Dangerous Dan. Whip, there's that beautiful spinning Kroffat leg whip. Black Diamond on the receiving end, down heavily. And now Black Diamond up in the air. And there's that flip-type move with the fireman's carry running across the ring, diving down, shoulders into the midsection. Very effective. We saw as Dan Kroffat just drove Black Diamond into the canvas, hooked the leg all in one movement, count of 3, and it was all over for Black Diamond. And the tag combination of dangerous Dan Kroffat on terrific. Tom Zenk, as usual, victorious here on International Wrestling. There's an interview for you now.
Wrestling fans, another star-studded card Monday, October 27, right here at the Paul Sauvé Center. 2 big main events. The Battle of the Strongmen. Big Joe LeDuc takes on Hercules Ayala. The newly crowned international tag team champions Sheik Ali and Richard Charland face Dan Kroffat, Tom Zenk in a lumberjack match.
Say it again.
Yes, Richard Charland, Preachman. Yes, he is adopted. My father adopted. He is now my half-brother, combined with Sheik Ali. The match is signed. Paul Sauvé Arena against Dan Kroffat and Tom Zenk.
It's a lumberjack.
A lumberjack match. You know what a lumberjack match is, ladies and gentlemen? All the wrestlers are around the ring, on the outside of the ring, on the floor. And if any man, any one of the competitors should happen to fall out of the ring, the wrestlers shoot them back in. Because people say that my team ran away the last time. My team didn't run away. We had unfinished business to attend to, all right? I got Richard Charland, Creechman from St. Henri. You can't get bigger, you can't get better, you can't get tougher. Combined with Sheik Ali, now they are the international tag team champions, and now it's their turn to make money, Kroffat and Zenk. Sheik, I'm going to buy you a lot of camels, Tell the people something big, Richard.
It's not a dream. It's not a dream, people. It's a fact. And now that you see that Richard Charland speaks perfectly English and French, but because he's from St. Henry, but we are the champions.
We are
Yes, sir. Me and the Sheik Ali were the champions. But this show, we proved it the last time. You saw some wrestling moves that you never seen before because we worked out at it every day. Okay, Kroffat and Zenk, you lost the face. We know. But the champion, the people are come to see.
We're the people's choice, and we're going to keep it. And
Monday, October 27th, the Paul Sauvé Center. Don't miss it. Lumberjack match with the new tag team champion.
Wrestling fans, I'm old enough to remember the Lone Ranger and Tonto riding off into the sunset at the end of every one of their shows. And the question always asked at the end of the program, who was that masked man? Well, today on International Wrestling, we saw a masked man invade the ring, and we're looking at what happened right now. And the only question we could ask, as all of you did, as all of the fans in attendance did, was, who is that masked man? Wrestling fans, the question was answered. It was answered quickly, because after dishing out punishment to sadistic Steve Strong, such as he had never received, he took off the mask, and we saw it was the Doctor, Dr. D. David Schultz, here with International Wrestling. Until next week, I'm Milton Ruskin, folks. Have a good week.